This is OXORA, your business world, your business channel.
Welcome to the OXORA Business Channel. I'm Monique, Coppola, your host. Today we're going to talk a little bit about OXORA's wide array of services. And to discuss those details with us is OXORA's CEO advisor, Abbate. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
On our last program, we discussed a bit about OXORA's mission and values. And today I'd like to delve into the services that you offer at OXORA. So if you could give us some of the details.
Sure. Corporate management is the process of taking care of the assets that a company has, how to best invest those assets to achieve the objectives that have been decided with the stockholders, board of directors, and how to implement the proper operations in order to reach those goals. So in essence, we provide with their responsibility all of the services that are necessary in order to operate a company. So per se, when someone asks, as just stop it now, what services does OXORA provide? The primary service and the fundamental service is that of corporate management. We then have taken that corporate management process and internationalized it. So we provide international corporate management. With that function, with that fiduciary duty, we perform all the services that a CEO would perform at the leadership of an organization. So everything that is necessary in order to achieve the objectives, the goals set out with the stockholders, with the board of directors.
Okay. And is this strictly for corporations that you do this, or could it be smaller companies?
Sure. A corporation is a type of registered company. There are various types, and not only in the U.S., but throughout the world. An example would be a limited or liability company, or unlimited liability company, a company with stock options, or whatever it may be. But your question probably refers to, correct me, if we could handle a startup or with one individual that intends to start a business for the first time, or a large organization where there is a CEO already and a board of directors, correct? Okay. Well, clearly, for a very small enterprise, someone that is an individual and intends to start a company for the first time, we have those types of individuals that have financial backing and are interested, let's say, in set up a company for the first time in the US, or maybe they're Chinese and they want to start a company for the first time in China, or maybe they're Western Europeans. And when they contact us, we try to understand what is the ultimate goal. And does it make sense for them to start a company in their country of origin, or does it make more sense to start a company in the country where they want to conduct business? So sometimes we completely bypass the country of origin and go directly to the country where they want to conduct business. So that's an example of a small startup with a certain amount of funds. And let's say typically that's a limited type of funding. Now, for larger corporations, enterprises that already have a CEO and a board of directors, we normally, for those, establish a division. And instead of that division becoming a subsidiary of the existing enterprise, it's a wholly owned subsidiary of the existing stockholders, and we completely manage that in the different country. Does that answer your question?
I think so. Do you attend stockholders meetings? I mean, is it a full immersion in the company or the corporation?
Sure. If it's an enterprise that has business owners that are operating it, for the new foreign division, that those business owners become the board of directors per se. Okay. They are stockholders and board of directors, but they don't have the final say on the decision-making process of the company. So we report to them every month or every 3 months and discuss what have we accomplished. but we make the daily decisions. It's no different than when you hire a CEO for a company anywhere in the world. The CEO is in charge of making the decisions. And then the board of directors evaluates the CEO has been able to achieve the goals that they set out or not.
Okay, so OXORA becomes essentially the CEO.
Yeah.
Or whomever you hire to be the CEO of that particular corporation or company under OXORA.
Well, an employee of OXORA would be assigned as CEO of that organization. Sometimes the board of directors are interested in meeting the CEO that we want to assign, and sometimes not.
Okay. May I throw out an example,
Yeah.
a scenario? Okay, so I just want to see if I understand this. So let's say I am the president of a film production company. I've been, making some medium budget films. I'm in Southeast Asia, let's say, and I want to expand. And I don't want just the films to be for the market that I'm in. I want to also produce films in other countries, let's say North America, Europe. And I want to distribute. I want to have a distribution arm of my company because I believe that other markets, we could profit by distributing these films in other markets. And I want to bring you on, but I haven't. My expansion isn't there yet. How would you assist me if you just give me an example of how you would kind of get into my company and help me grow and expand?
Well, let's add some more information to the example.
Okay.
Where is this producer from, this filmmaker from?
All right, let's say China. China, I've been producing films for the Chinese market exclusively, Chinese language films, specifically for the Chinese market. Now I've decided I'm getting a handle on this. I want to expand. I want to send my films to Australia. I want to send my films to North America. I want to compete with Hollywood. I want to compete with Bollywood even. I want to get out and I want to expand these films in different languages and different countries and locations. I've got the funding. I have a lot of investors, international investors, who say, okay, Monique, we want you to go ahead with this. You put out some good product. Now I want you, because I don't speak the language. I don't speak English, let's say, or I don't speak, the different languages, and I'm not sure about what's going on there in terms of marketing and how to market in those countries, even what the laws are, and then how would you assist me? I really would need help with this.
Sure. This is industry specific, and I would say we would make immediately two recommendations if you were that entrepreneur. I would say the first most common option is to reach out to film distributors that have rights of distribution in that specific country that you want to target, and invite them to see, to appreciate what you have produced, and to import that, and have them determine if they want to dub that product or they want to have subtitles. How? They will work that with you. This is the traditional model. Okay. Is for many the most effective, is the least expensive. Now, when OXORA comes into play is when you want to have an ongoing presence, ongoing representation. You want to firmly establish yourself in that country. And regardless of what type of business you're in, that's what we do. That is when it ties into territorial development. Okay. So you, as a producer from China, decide that you want to have a footprint in the Australian market, as the example you gave, but could be Western Europe, could be the US. And you say, I want to establish a company in that country to represent myself ongoing and to make contacts. So when I reach out to distributors, I am not a foreigner. I am a national company reaching out to another national company, and I have a company like OXORA through its people that it's representing me properly in that country. That's what we are for you. Okay. We are the company that you can trust that will give you the proper representation in that specific country and corporate manage your company until we reach our objectives. So there are two steps. The first initial step, even for products, is similar. You have a product, you want to sell the product, you reach out to a distributor. Maybe you put it on Alibaba, trying to sell it. It's the very simple method. The next method is for people that truly want to have a foothold in their market, have a judicial presence, that's what it's called. Okay. A judicial presence, establishing a company in a market, establish what's referred to as a judicial presence. Why are those companies given more trust than foreign companies? Because when you have a judicial presence, I, being, in your example, Australian, it's one feeling if I'm reaching out to a Chinese enterprise or a Chinese individual outside of Australia, how do I hold them accountable if he doesn't deliver? But if he has a judicial presence in Australia with individuals who are liable and legally responsible, then I trust in the Australian judicial system to do right by me if that company or those individuals don't deliver what we have agreed upon. So having a judicial presence communicates I'm making a commitment to the territory, and I take liability for making a commitment to the territory.
Now, are you with me for the long haul? Do I sign a contract with you? Could I say, let's try this for 5 years and then see what happens at that point? How does that work? Is it contractual? And can I count on you for the long term?
Absolutely. We are so comfortable about what we do, so confident about what we provide, that we give everyone that signs an agreement with us a 30-day notice, ability to terminate their contract with us within 30 days. Anytime.
Wow. And then how long can I count on you for 10 years?
You can count on us as long as you like, but you can terminate. You have the option of terminating your agreement with us within a 30-day notice. And then we implement the necessary processes to terminate our relationship if so you wish. Does that normally happen? It rarely ever happens. But you have that option anytime. That's how confident we are in what we do. And I believe that that's what customers should have the option of terminating anytime.
Absolutely. I like that. What kind of companies are you involved with currently?
We have companies in the maritime industry, in the fashion industry, in the music industry, in the agricultural industry, in the automotive industry, and so on.
Wow. Yeah. So you're a wide array of businesses.
Absolutely.
And if you could give me cite an example, a real life example of a company or a situation where you feel you made the most difference or you're very proud of.
Okay. Well, personally, I prefer to discuss failures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because success is measured by different people in different ways.
Sure is.
You know, what may be successful to me, or a story of success, may not feel successful to another. What is success? To some people, success is be able to feel fulfilled, regardless of the amount of money that they're earning, and being able to have a family, being able to feel happy. That's fulfillment. Personally, I feel that's the ultimate fulfillment. Once you have reached that sense, what more do you need? That sense of true fulfillment. You know? But I'm going to mention an example to a certain extent, not to measure success, but to measure the importance of the role of OXORA in certain sectors. And I will mention the prison sector and the maritime sectors, which are sectors that people are completely unfamiliar with. Right. Because you don't wake up every day thinking about you're going to be dealing with the prison system. And you're not wake up every day saying, I'm going to go work on a ship. So should we elaborate on these two examples now or leave it for the next time?
I think we should leave it for the next time because that's very interesting, and I like
Sure.
the information about the prisons as well. I'd love to delve into that. I definitely like to delve into these different sectors actually in another show. Lastly, unfortunately, we don't have much more time, but I have a question from a viewer who asks, Mr. Abbate, Advisor Abbate, what type of CEO are you? If you could explain what type of CEO you are in 3 sentences.
Sure. I am not a micromanager, and I enjoy very much delegating and see the people that are associated with me, working closely with me, grow. I like to explain things, I take my time, but then I like them to take the initiative and take it from there. I like them to report to me when they have accomplished the goals and the objectives I set out.
Very good. I like that. I hope that satisfied our viewer. And please feel free to email us your questions. We're online and we'll provide all that information for you. Thank you so much for watching the OXORA Business Channel. I'm Monique Coppola, and thank you very much to OXORA's CEO, Advisor Abbate. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Please join the conversation. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, OXORA, Your Business World. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Leave your comments and questions, and we may include them in our next show. Feel free to email us at contact@oxora.com. Until next time, thank you for watching the OXORA Business Channel.